Barda, croeso I Right Nice Places. I'm Dan. Welcome to Right Nice Places and croeso I Barmouth, my hometown of Barmouth. And behind me is our iconic bridge stretching over the Mawddach Estuary. You can see just behind me now, and beyond the bridge, you can see where I was the other day at the top of Eryri. So yeah, I thought I'd stop here today. We're going to take the Mawddach Trail up towards Dolgellau. It's a 9 mile route in total if you go from here all the way to Dolgellau. Today I'm not going all the way to Dolgellau just because I've got Max with me and I can't be bothered taking him on the bus on the way back. But if you are going to do this route, great idea. Start from here in Barmouth at this point where the bridge is, walk across the bridge, take the trail, go all the way to Dolgellau and catch the bus back to Barmouth. Really good way of doing it. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to walk there and back just to keep it easy with Max. So I'm going to be doing around about 18 kilometers in total. So yeah, here we go. And if you want to know my full route, check out the map. It'll be coming up next.
So this walk is so simple, perfect for everybody. Straight across Barmouth Bridge. If the tide's out, swing a left. If not, carry on straight at this point and you'll pick up the trail a little bit further on. But I prefer this route that I've taken here if you can do it. And then the road is just so straight, but the views are absolutely fantastic. Suitable for everybody all the way along here. Perfectly tarmacked, or well, not tarmacked, but gravelled. And as I mentioned, anybody, any fitness level can do this. On this particular route, I'm going to be going to the George III pub, at which point I intend to be turning around and doing exactly the same route back, which will give me a total distance of just over 20k, so about 12.5 miles.
Now, across Barmouth Bridge, or Ponta Abermawe, if you want to give it its Welsh name. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning, this walk. Now, the bridge itself is just iconic. I mean, even if you come to Barmouth and don't do this full trail that I'm doing, you need to walk across the bridge. Totally accessible. Anybody can go across. You can push a wheelchair across, prams across, hop across on crutches, whatever. But make sure you do it. But one thing you need to do before you step foot onto our bridge in Barmouth is stop here at the Honesty Toll or Honesty Troll. So if you are crossing the bridge, make sure you've got a quid. Make sure you pop it in the troll's mouth and then continue on your journey, because nobody wants a troll from under a bridge coming getting them. And obviously the money too, that goes to the local council and they use it for the upkeep of the bridge and also for improving the area as well. But here you go now. Look at this. If you have never been on Barmouth Viaduct or Barmouth Bridge, whatever you want to call it, then you need to come and see it, because it is absolutely breathtaking. The whole bridge is 900 meters long. It's the biggest timber viaduct in all of Wales. It was opened in 1867, and about a year and a half ago, we redid it all. Well, not me personally, but the bridge people came and they made it lovely. Now, what's really cool about this bridge as well is this iron bit that I'm walking along now. You might be able to see. There's also train tracks there. So yeah, this is where the main train comes along the line to come into Barmouth. So if you are thinking of coming from Birmingham or Shrewsbury or anywhere in England, getting the train into Barmouth is a hell of a way of doing it, because you get this absolutely mesmerising coastal journey. You get to cross this estuary. Obviously on the other side of the bridge, you'll see it better in a second, is the sea. But this part of the bridge, this really cool part now that I'm on, was traditionally, or originally, sorry, a swing bridge, because the estuary behind me that you can see, the Mawddach here, the reason Barmouth existed as a town, I think 1846 is the first time we were on any sort of charter, but the reason we existed as a town was for shipbuilding. So obviously ships would have been built way down there at the start of the estuary where it would have been nice and sheltered, and then they would have been floated up the estuary. This bridge would have swung, allowing big mast ships to leave the estuary, and then it would have gone out into the open sea. And obviously Wales being fantastic for copper as well, and at the time in the 1800s copper bottom ships were all the rage. So great place to build it with the natural resources of obviously timber, copper, and so close to the water. So yeah, we were a big shipbuilding town. But now when you walk across the estuary, it's hard to imagine any of that sort of industrial past. There's still some scars on the landscape from quarrying and things, but it's just so peaceful, you know. And I mean, if you come come to Barmouth midweek like I have, well, I live here, I'm always here. That's a stupid thing to say. But if you do come here, try and come midweek when it's quieter. And you just get the... So we're coming to the end of the bridge now. It's actually 900 metres done across the stunning estuary. And the estuary is very full today. And with the estuary being full, it means I have to make a slight adjustment to my route plan. So if you have followed my map that I put on a second ago, you'll know now that at the end of the bridge I was going to take a left and I was going to go around that little sort of cleft of hill there and to some old houses that I wanted to show you. Unfortunately, I didn't count on the tide, so the tide's in at the minute and the estuary is full, which means the path that I was going to take is covered in water. And because me and Maxie don't fancy a swim today, we're going to change that route slightly and we're going to carry on down this way instead, and we'll take a left up the Mawddach Trail in a moment. But I do kind of prefer going that way normally, just so you're not completely doing the same route there and back. But also it's pretty interesting going around there and some cool stuff. So hopefully the tide will be out by the time we're coming back, and I might take a different route on the way back. Okay, so I thought I'd just stop here. I'm about to start the Mawddach Trail properly, or trail properly even. But I thought I'd just show you this. This is a train station just before Barmouth. This is a stop before Barmouth. You can see Barmouth across the bridge in the distance there. If you was coming to Barmouth and you wanted to walk across the bridge, or if you time this walk right on your way back, you might want to catch the train from this station here, if you can see it, just there, Mawddach. And if you got off here, you've then got the 900 metres bridge crossing that you can do. Or alternatively, you could get off here and you could do the trail down the Mawddach, which is exactly where we are now. So you would come out of the train station here. The bridge path that I've just walked is just there, and this is where the trail starts properly. And just down this little path here, if you wanted to drive to the area, there is a car park here, pay and display car park that you can use and then walk the trail. And also, if Barmouth's super duper busy in summer, park here and walk across the bridge. Miles easier than dealing with all the queues going up the estuary later on. Much less traffic. And yeah, so there's pay and display car park. There's a train station here to start this walk. There's a toilet block at the beginning as well. So it's a perfect place. And this walk is honestly one of the best walks you can do in Snowdonia, certainly in South Snowdonia, that is accessible for the entire family. It is a very, very easy path. You can see it here. I'll show you more of it as we go along. But yeah, a perfect low-level family walk, beginner's walk, easy hike for everybody, right in the beautiful part of Snowdonia. So yeah, come and see it. Just a quick one. Earlier on, I mentioned when I was walking across the bridge that there was a different path I wanted to take, but because of the way the tide was, I couldn't take it. If I had have taken that path, this gate here, where you can see the green lane going down, this is where it would have then joined the main trail here. And then from that point, you're all walking on the same trail going up towards Dolgellau. So that's where the paths would have met. So I do quite like that walk. There's some interesting little old buildings down there. And hopefully if the tide's out on my way back, then I'll take us down there. And if it's not, then obviously I won't. So once you've left the bridge and you've gone past the car park and the toilet blocks, you've probably got just under a mile walking through a wooded area, which doesn't offer amazing views because you're surrounded by trees, but it is very, very beautiful. But after that, just shy of a mile, you'll come to this gate and you are back on the estuary proper. And the views just really, really start to get very, very beautiful at this point. And yeah, this is one of my favourite little spots on the walk. I just think it looks absolutely stunning. Great views of the estuary. And in a second, we'll get around this little bend and you'll get great views going all the way down back to Barmouth. Go on, Maxie. Maxie's just running off to the little island there. There is some sort of housing just around this wall here, just on the edges of the trees. And I always think, what a bloody good view they must have. Because the one beautiful thing about an estuary is it's an ever-changing view, isn't it? Constantly changing. always different. And the wildlife we get down here, incredible. You know, red kites, osprey, eagle, absolutely mind-blowing. The things that you'll get down here when you're walking along. Oh, so I'm just approaching where I'm going to have my first brew of this walk. I'm about 3.5 miles in now, and it's been absolutely effortless. I mean, you can see the trail behind me. So simple, such an easy path to follow. No navigation required, no effort required really, and as I say, suitable for everybody. But look at these views. Minimal effort, maximum reward here. Just seen some kids, probably on a day out with D&V or something, but all kayaking down the estuary, which was beautiful to see, you know, and that's why it's so important to get out in it. Kids out here, what a place to grow up, you know. But yeah, so I'm coming to my first brew spot on the walk, and the reason I usually pick this is, one, it's got wicked views, and there's also a little picnic table here, which is always nice for a little seat. But it's these interesting things here that you can see behind me now in the trees, these big solid blocks of concrete. And it's not just on this side. Oh, get out of the way before I get squished by a cyclist. But yeah, you can see them on this side as well. This one's covered in vines. But if I get a bit closer, I'll explain exactly what these are and why they're here. These big slabs of ugly looking concrete you can see behind me now. These are in fact tank traps. Yeah, these are in fact tank traps that were put here during the Second World War. As we've already discussed, the estuary path that I've been walking on is actually the old railway line that shut in 1965. So, at the time of the Second World War, you know, it was a real worry for the Allies, for the British, that the Germans could land, do a beach landing down in Barmouth or that sort of area, and then capture the train lines, because it was easier to transport troops, tanks, whatever, up train lines and then get right into the heart of Wales and beyond into England from there. So they built these tank traps. That's how close we thought we were to being landed on and invaded. So these tank traps are here. There's a few others scattered about in the area. But yeah, they were here to defend the railway line should the Nazis ever start, you know, coming up the estuary. How crazy. And they're still here. But yeah, I'm going to stop here now for a nice brew. Always important, if I'm stopping for a brew and a snack, make sure Maxie's got a snack. Massive jumbo dentist stick. Oh, so yeah, I've stopped in this right nice place for my first brew. As I explained, they're the tank traps, which I just find mad. Can you imagine living in a time when occupation was such a serious threat that you built them in places like Snowdonia? You just wouldn't ever imagine it, would you? But yeah, I'm sure you'll agree, the views here are spectacular. And again, wonderful place for a picnic with a family, just drinking in the views of Snowdonia, really. I love it. In a second, we're going to, I'll show you where we're going to go. We're going to carry on following the path around, and just there, it's going to carry on going down the estuary. And the next stop we'll probably make is a pub near the toll bridge. So yeah, so we're going to get to the toll bridge, and I'll explain a little bit about the toll bridge when we get there. But I just love it here. It is just so peaceful. All you can hear is, especially when the estuary's in, it's just that lapping of the water against the rocks. Incredible. So walking further along the estuary now, and I keep mentioning how long and flat and easy this path is. And again, behind me, you can see just how long, straight and flat it is. The question is, why is it so long and straight and flat? Well, the answer, or the clue to the answer, is just coming up on my walk now. But back in 1865, what we're currently walking on, if I come to the side, you can see the embankment here. This is actually an old train line. And you can see how clearly it would have been a train line. You can see the embankment and stuff. But yeah, in 1865, the Barmouth to Ruabon line opened, and this would have been the Barmouth to Dolgellau section. Yeah, so it opened in 1865. It was used apparently to transport slate at one time or another, but the main reason for it was tourism. You know, the Victorians understood the importance of a day by the seaside. I mean, that's why most of our seaside resorts are Victorian in look and style, because it was them that built it. But imagine travelling down this by train. Absolutely wonderful. But yeah, so this is the old line, and you can see here now, I'm just coming up to one of the old telegraph poles that would have been on this line. There it is. And you can see behind me, or maybe you can't, but you should be able to see behind me a whole row of these telegraph poles going down. And in the distance just behind me, you can see where the train then would have crossed into Barmouth along the stunning bridge that we walked across earlier. So yeah, 1865 they opened the railway, and they closed it in 1965, so very much in living memory. It closed in 1965 due to the increasing popularity of cars and people driving to the area. How I wish we could turn back the clock, eh? Because I would much rather have a train line connecting us to Dol and further on into England than just our small estuary road, our A road going down the estuary. It would free up so much traffic. But obviously the infrastructure's gone now, and what's left is this awesome walk. That really is, honestly, for the little effort that you're putting in, the views are outrageous. You shouldn't be able to get views like this with such little effort. Absolutely incredible. And more telegraph poles coming up now. Just showing you that old history. You can see on the side here as well, this field is totally flooded. Crazy. But yeah, so that's why it's straight, that's why it's flat, that's why it's easy. It's the old railway line. Sorry, so time for a quick rant really. As you can see, I am walking down an absolutely stunning place, beautiful place, a right nice place. And you know, millions of people visit Snowdonia every year, and pretty much all of them talk about how much they love it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love nature. I love being outside. All this sort of stuff. Every time I come out for a walk, you find crap lying about. And I am forever telling Max to drop it when he's picking up tissues that grot bags have left behind. I mean, I get it. You need to blow your nose, wipe your ass, whatever it is you need to do with tissues in the outdoors. Just like dog owners do. Carry some poo bags. Put your tissues in your poo bags and put them in a bin when you find one. I know Snowdonia is a magical place. Eryri is full of wondrous, mythical things. But there are no mythical bog roll fairies that come out into the national park of an evening and magic all your crap away. So if you come to this beautiful part of the world and you know, you say you love it, then look after it. Rant over. Me and Max have arrived at where we're going to turn around today. We're here at Penmine Pool Bridge, at the Toll Bridge. It's an old wooden bridge behind me, built in 1879, and it spans across the estuary. It was built here to replace a ferry service. But what's really cool is you can see the train signals just there behind me, some more evidence of the old railway network that used to run through here. But yeah, me and Max have stopped here. We've had a brew. I've layered up. It's getting a bit nippy. Max has had a nice big treat. And we're going to walk back because Dolgellau is 3 miles further on, and then we could catch a bus back to Barmouth if we wanted, but I'd prefer to walk with Max than be on a bus. So we're going to take the route back to Barmouth the way we came, which is 6.5 miles back now, which is why we both just stopped for a bit of a snack and a brew and a bone for Max. So yeah, we're going to head back now. But Penmine Pool Bridge behind me there, you can cross it for £1 in a car, or you can pay 30p and you can cross it on foot. And the pub next to it's called the George III. It's a wonderful pub. I haven't been in there today, but I was in there a couple of mornings ago for a coffee and a bit of cake, and it was very delightful indeed. I enjoyed it immensely. So yeah, try out the George III, cracking little pub and really good local food. So yeah, head back. So I'm back on the bridge, which means I've come towards the end of my walk now along the Mawddach Trail up the estuary. See now where the tide's really gone out. It's looking stunning behind me. Every side of me is just an incredible view. But yeah, so if you're in the area, if you're coming to visit Barmouth and you're looking for places to go in Snowdonia or places to visit in Eryri with the family, Barmouth really has got so much going for it. And one of the things that it's got going for it for me is this walk, because first off, you get to go across this awesome bridge, and then you've just got such an easy walk for any level of fitness, for any accessibility. Incredible walk with incredible views. Now me and Max have gone all the way to the George III today and turned around and come back, which by the time we get home will give us a 12-mile walk. I set off at 11 o'clock. It's now 3:45. Yeah, 4:45 now. So yeah, nearly 5 hours. That includes stopping, eating, drinking, videoing, all that sort of cobblers. Obviously you could make it a shorter walk and turn it into a 9-miler if you went straight to Dolgellau and got the bus back, or you could just turn around when you've had enough of the walk in general. But definitely recommend you do it. So if you've enjoyed today's video, then like, subscribe, click the bell, and thanks for stopping by in this right nice place with me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. See you into my awesome town. How cool's that? Very good indeed. So yeah, get the train to Barmouth. It's awesome here.